What's up, family? How y'all doing today? It's a beautiful day outside. Although we ain't outside yet, we in my room. You know, good morning, good day. God bless, God bless, God bless. Today feel like a good day to be great. As always, praise to the man, that sits above. What's up, y'all? How y'all been feeling? I told y'all I'll be more consistent. On my every damn, I can't talk. Hold on. Let's get this together. Take two. All right, what's up, y'all? I told y'all, that I was gonna, get y'all, some more content, be a little more consistent, my videos or whatnot. I feel like that's a little too less energy. But anyways, I told y'all, I'm gonna be more consistent on my content, and look what I've been doing. This is my third video of the month. First time getting 3 videos of the month. Today is June 20th, Saturday. Today's Saturday. Dang, what a month been going by. The month been crazy. Like, every day been going by very fast. But happy Juneteenth to y'all. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers. I hope the day been going all right. Hope the month been going all right. Hope the year been going all right. And if it haven't, we have another half of the year for it to go better. You know what I'm saying? Now, y'all, we have a new member of the family, of my little Wilson family. Meek Junior. Hold on. Y'all probably can't see him. Meek Junior. You see little Junior? He kind of fake, y'all. So, y'all gonna have to bury him. He's just a clip on. But, Meek Lil Junior, y'all see him? Hold on. Y'all see him? Y'all see him? I gotta get me like a real turtle. So first off, I know the difference between a turtle and a tortoise, whatever it's called, right? I know the difference, but I'm gonna just say turtle regardless, right? So my little friend Junior, my little buddy, I have to get him, y'all. I have to get him. I'm not an impulsive buyer. I don't like to splurge on things for real, for real. But so hold on, let me fix this. Yeah. Okay. Boom. Now I got my little Wachi, tree or whatnot, right? So hold on, let me make sure that I fix this. Make sure that Junior is in his right spot. All right. Hold on, y'all. Let's look at this again. Let's look at this. Y'all see him? Like, damn, I'm kind of ashy. Don't mind that. But y'all see little Junior? Y'all probably can't. Y'all can now though. That's my little friend, man. That's my little son, man. That's my little buddy, man. And I'm so happy that I got him. So let me tell y'all why I got him, right? So, recently, I've been on my daily back and forth, with figuring out how to become a better, day trader in the market or whatnot. And, I'm not gonna lie to y'all, like the market really gets me excited, even though right now I'm going through a little harsh time within the market because, for one, I'm still a newbie, still trying to figure out, especially with my discipline, my strategy and everything like that. But everything been getting a little bit better. But, one of the main reasons why I got him is to, to remind myself to slow the fuck down, right? So, I got too much stuff going on. Too much stuff going on. And although it's not really a burden, anything like that, it kind of is in a way because, well, not the task itself, but more so a little bit of my psychology, right? Because, like, I'm not gonna lie, I'm a very impatient person, and and the market really, trading really exposes your character. Like, pause. It explains and exposes, all of your flaws within your character. Like one of the things is, greed and fear. It shows you how greedy you is and how fearful you is. Two, it shows you your discipline. Lately I've been learning about discipline and desire, right? And a lot of people think that they lack discipline, but truly, it's a desire that people lack. And like you can't really have a discipline for something that you're not really interested in. You know what I'm saying? And that's kind of hard to say, but it's okay, let me rephrase that. You can have the discipline for something that you desire in and there's levels to it, but that discipline comes from a desire, right? Such as, you can have discipline to, want to stop smoking or want to stop drinking, right? But if you don't necessarily desire it, you're not really gonna care about, your discipline not gonna be as strong as your desire to do or not to do, right? And so with the market, being inside those trades for, minutes and minutes and minutes, and maybe even like up to an hour, like waiting for your setup to actually happen. That takes a lot of discipline, a lot of courage to just sit there and just look at a chart, for a couple of hours. Because again, day trading is something that I really want to get down into. Day trading, and then, swings as well, swing trading as well. Leap options, I kind of stayed away from leap options. And the reason why is because I don't know, some itching inside of me to just say, trade, day trade, day trade, trade, day trade, day trade, trade, whatever. But, leap options is still what I'm on. But right now, I just want to focus on one thing right now. So that's, day trading. But nevertheless, that's why we got Junior. To remind me to slow my butt down, sometimes to be patient. Y'all know about the story of the rabbit and the turtle, right? So I started thinking about that story too, right? And so let me sit down for this little analogy or whatnot. I'm getting old, y'all. I'm getting old. So the story of, the rabbit and the turtle, right? So, apparently, the rabbit, it takes off instantly, right? The rabbit takes off instantly. And the first two things that y'all see always in this little film is that, the rabbit, it takes off instantly, and the turtle is going very, very slow, right? And so, it's like, it seems like a myth, like a mystery why the turtle wins, right? But I start to understand why speed loves success and success loves speed, and why compounding is so important, right? It's because in the beginning, right, the rabbit is going so very fast, right? But man, the rabbit is almost at max velocity or already at, its cap velocity, right? Such as the turtle is starting think about an engine, right? The turtle was starting ramming up. And as the turtle was going forward, its speed started to pick back up because why? The engine inside of it is starting to pick back up. The ignitions is firing off and we'll walk the bam, right? And such as the rabbit, right? The rabbit is still, full steam ahead, not even thinking about, all he's thinking about is just winning, right? He's not really thinking about anything else. But he is thinking about his friend behind him, the turtle and whatnot, and so the only thing he's thinking about is just there. He's not thinking about really his speed, his stamina, anything like that. He's just thinking about getting there, right? And so the rabbit, his main goal is to win, just like the turtle, right? But the difference is that one is already at max velocity, which means that at some point, his speed is going to decrease and he's going to crash, right? Or if he don't crash, let's just say his speed still stay the same. It won't increase because he's already at a force, right, where he's going his maximum, rather as the turtle, right? So think about the turtle, right? At some point, the turtle is going to start picking up its speed. And at some point, let's just say that the turtle see a hill, right? The turtle and the rabbit both got to go up the hill, right? Now, of course, the rabbit going to make it up the hill the fastest, right? And the turtle is going to take the turtle more time. But imagine once that turtle look over that hill, what does that turtle see? A straight drop, right? And so what does the turtle do? The turtle goes inside his shell, right? Next thing you know, the turtle rolls over. This is the compounded part. The turtle rolls over, and next thing you know, you see the turtle speed just take off, right? And it was so important to me that, I remember that is because, going up the hill, and this is a life story, going up the hill is always going to feel the hardest. It's always going to feel like it's the slowest. It's always going to feel like, because it's the force, it's the force literally pushing down you, right? But once you make it over to that peak and once you make it over to that little hill part, what do you see? You see the horizon. And once you see the horizon, you finally see that there's literally no limit that you can't conquer. You start to see the other mountains, the other hills, the other obstacles, that that's going to be on a path, but Of course, because you know you just made it to this hill, you just made it to this peak, you start to see that, okay, all those other little obstacles, you know, it's nothing, right? So anyway, getting back to the turtle, you know, as the turtle was going down, you know, the hill, the velocity, you know, the compound, you know, if everything that builds stuff finally gets compact and the turtle rolls down the hill and right at the finish line, right? If you always see, you'll see the rabbit almost crossing the finish line, but next thing you see is you will see the turtle either zoom past it or you will see the turtle already finished on the other side of the finish line, right? And so basically, you know, the rabbit is always shocked, like, how did I lose, right? And the turtle, you know, one of the famous things that the turtle says is, patience, you know, just being patient and stuff like that. But not just that, you know, the turtle always knew that it was going to get there because one thing that the turtle knew about the force of velocity and compound, right? The rabbit ain't know nothing about that. All the rabbit knew was just speed, love, success, right? And so, you know, with my two phrases, you know, I always like to think of what race I am in now, at least. You know, when it's time for me to be speedy, you know, do I need to be, you know, the turtle or do I need to be the rabbit? In a lot of cases, sometimes you need to be the rabbit. You know what I'm saying? Hop on the first, get it done instantly. But in most cases, you want to be the turtle because the turtle plays the long game. Not just that, in the long game, the first half is very hard, of course, to both of the players. But in the long game, it's easier to the player who already had that motion of patience. If that makes sense, I tried to give a little analogy on the little rabbit and the turtle story. But anyways, y'all, moral of the story, I got me a little turtle right here to teach me patience. And then I got a tree as well. You know, the tree. Yeah, I love nature. I love trees. You know, so that's that. Now, back to the dating chart. Y'all, I'm looking at my books, right? So I have a whole lot of little books. Told y'all this is one of the books that I've been reading right now. Oh, you know, I got the little Bible back there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then I got like a couple more books in my closet, right? So I'm looking at my books. I got some more books coming in. And I'm just looking around my room. I'm like, damn, I really ain't got no books on trading. But I got a lot of notes on trading. I'm like, damn, I got notebooks on trading? Really? What am I doing? And I thought, you know, I'm like, I wasn't going to be too hard on myself, but I was thinking, like, what have I been doing all this time? You know, and whole time, you know, I've been doing what I said I've been doing, you know, sticking to the trading and everything like that. But I don't know where my man was going. I saw the sun outside. I'm seeing the light outside. And I'm ready to go outside and go take a walk. So let me just tell y'all the two books that I got. Book number 1 is called The Mental Game of Trading. So this is a psychology book, system for solving problems with greed, fear, anger, confidence, and discipline. So one thing that I'm studying with reading books, y'all, is that the book itself is good and helpful and everything, but nothing is really going to help you overcome something or do something different besides habits. Now, of course, you know, we do want to read books because you do want to get that knowledge. And of course, you know, not everything is going to click. And sometimes you do need those words to read or, you know, some advice to hear, you know, to help something click, right? But the mental game of trading. All right, and the second one is the Candlestick Trading Bible, right? So I bought that again, you know, to help me with the charting, help me learn about charting a little bit more, and we'll walk the band. So that's everything, you know, that I want to update y'all on. Oh, I also want to update y'all on my injury. So, you know, I'm healing very well now. You know, I was gonna show y'all my stomach. I'm tweaking. But I'm healing very well right now, you know, and I'm still trying to be a little more patient on my body and everything. So, you know, we just gonna try our best to relax and stay out the way. So, y'all, look how we got a good look outside. Like, look at the sky. But But yeah, y'all, so I legit just forgot what I was talking about. I don't know why I told y'all I looked outside. I saw how good it looked outside. I'm saying I'm finna go on a walk. So that's exactly what I'm finna get ready to do. I'm finna go stretch, get ready to walk a couple of miles, and then go back in the crib, do some studying. And that's about it really for the day, y'all. That's about it really for the day. Ain't really got too much else planned. Yesterday, me and my brother, we hopped on the grill yesterday. We had to do some barbecuing. Some of the guys came through. And so today, yeah, do some studying, do some reading. Might play a couple of, card games or whatnot. But I told y'all that I'm going to be more consistent. You know what I'm saying? My goal for this month, we got about 10 more days left. Excuse me. My goal for this month, I want to get like 3 more videos in, and then just keep building, my YouTube progress. But I salute to y'all. See y'all soon, family. Thank y'all for tuning in. If my lips is crusty, ignore my lips. If I got some in my nose, ignore that as well. I can't look good all the time on camera for y'all. So without further ado, thank y'all for chiming in, and I'll see y'all in the next video.